WKYT News starts now with First Alert Weather.
And welcome back to WKYT News at 12:30. I'm Barbara Bailey.
I'm Bill Bryant. Snow blanketing central and eastern Kentucky, and more of it is on the way, and temperatures are still below freezing. The WKYT First Alert Severe Weather Day is still in effect now.
WKYT meteorologist Jim Caldwell has been tracking the snow in the First Alert Weather Center. Jim?
And we've been doing it around the snow through the area, and right now we have it still showing up across parts of eastern Kentucky at the moment, down the mountain parkway and out into the mountains. That's the batch that brought anywhere from 1 inch in some cases up to 3, maybe even 4 inches in some isolated areas. Our next system is on the move, and that's one we're going to have to focus on now. This just coming out, speaking with Chris Bailey, our chief meteorologist here, and here is the official first call for snowfall for this Thursday night, essentially, through Saturday afternoon system. That's snowfall, 5 to 12 coming through central Kentucky, 5 inches to 12 inches. That's 5 inches to a foot for those of you at home counting. And parts of eastern Kentucky could see somewhere between 8 inches and 14 inches. Now, as this gets closer, those numbers will get a little bit better because we're going to be fine-tuning that forecast as we go along. But as it stands, this looks like a doozy, as we've been talking about, guys.
All right, thank you very much. A lot to watch and be on alert to the next couple of days or so. Most people woke up to a blanket of white this morning. Crews were out overnight throughout the early morning hours as well, trying to keep the roads cleared as best they could.
But there are still some slick spots out there. More than 70 non-injury accidents reported by Lexington police so far today. WKYT's Michelle Chamberlain joins us live with more on the slick road conditions. First Alert Weather Team coverage.
Good afternoon, Bill and Barbara. According to Lexington police, there have been more than 70 minor accidents since 6 a.m. this morning. And you know what? The snow is still coming down, and that creates dangerous roadways. Take a look at Richmond Road right now. A lot of slush, but there's still some slick spots out there. And police tell me the major roads here in Lexington are being worked on to keep them as clear as possible. It's the side roads you really need to be cautious on when driving. Lexington police say they've handled several incidents of cars just sliding off the road. Shalonda Gay of Lexington knows firsthand just how dangerous these roads are today. She was in a minor accident this morning and has this advice for those out there on the road.
Be safe. Be really safe. It's slick out. Yeah, they're very slick. It doesn't seem like it when you're walking on it, but it's really slick.
Now, Shalonda is okay, and she says, you know, just be careful, like she said in that sound bite. And police are saying the same thing. Be careful, be cautious, and just use common sense when out there on the roads today. Live in Lexington, Michelle Chamberlain, WKYT.
Michelle, thank you. And some of the main roads in Lexington are drivable, even though the snow has been falling for several hours. Obviously,
the less heavily traveled roads and side streets are still snow-covered, slick, and dangerous. This is a live look now out on Harrodsburg Road. And as Michelle reported, police say they have had some problems with cars sliding off of the sides of roads like these. If you do have to drive today, they're recommending that you reduce your speed, give yourself plenty of room to stop, and pump your brakes if it comes to that you do need to stop rather suddenly. So as you can see there, the vehicle moving along okay, but there are lots of slick spots around. Salt trucks have been treating the roads since the very early morning hours.
But Bill, as you just said, driving still treacherous in parts of central Kentucky, including areas around the state capitol. WKYT's Mark Barber continues our First Alert Weather Team coverage now from Frankfort.
Salt is cutting through the snow on busy roads like Versailles Road here. So where drivers saw a snow-covered road just a couple hours ago, they're now seeing a couple driving lanes that are very slushy and very slick.
People slipping and sliding everywhere.
The most serious crashes in Franklin County happened on I-64 this morning when several drivers slid off the slick interstate.
Quite a few cars in the ditch, at least 4 I know of.
Main roads in Frankfort are a slushy mess, so many drivers, like Glenn Wright, are taking their time. Wright is not traveling by himself. He's driving patients to their dialysis treatments.
Well, we're going to make every effort to get out and try to get people into their programs.
He says he's taking it slow because he's already seen just how much traffic trouble can happen on these slippery streets.
They're slick and sliding some around as they go on, mostly on hills and down hills.
The concern for many drivers isn't so much today's snow as what's on the way. The next snow system is expected to hit Frankfort on Friday, and that will likely bring even more snow than drivers are seeing today. In Franklin County, Mark Barber, WKYT.
Thank you, Mark. And dispatchers tell us, fortunately, no one has been hurt in any of the accidents. No serious injuries.
And that's a good thing. And the snowfall was heavier south of Lexington. These are some photos in from Laurel County sent to us by Matthew Hess. Meteorologist Jim Caldwell says the folks in and around London got about 2.5 inches or so, with more on the way. And in fact, there is a concern that this next wave of precipitation could also include ice accumulation in that area. That's something we'll have to watch.
Stay on top of the snow and traffic with the WKYT Weather Plus Traffic app. You can download it for free in the app or Google Play stores. Well, a man suspected in the murder of a Lexington teenager apparently has killed himself.
Dayton police in Ohio say 21-year-old Kenyon Hips, wanted for the murder of 18-year-old Caleb Hallett of Lexington, shot himself in the head while sitting in the back seat of a car in a Dayton parking lot. Warrants were issued for Hips and for 3 juveniles a week ago for the shooting death of Hallett, who was killed on University Drive in Lexington. Hips reportedly shot himself in the head while police were speaking to 3 people who had just got out of the vehicle. Police in Whitley County are reporting another rash of suspicious phone callers from scammers who are posing as IRS employees.
Now, according to the Whitley Sheriff's Department, the callers threaten lawsuits or arrest and request personal and financial information. Some victims have been urged to send cash in the form of money orders or risk a jail sentence.
Now, this is a nationwide problem. The IRS is urging people to simply hang up on the callers. And a reminder, never send cash or money orders to a stranger on the phone. And to report those incidents, if you get enough information, you can call 800-366-4484. You probably know about toll-free phone calls, but now Verizon is using the concept for data. Verizon announcing a new freebie data service. That service allows third-party companies to pick up the tab for your data usage when you download content from their apps, websites, and services. Verizon believes that service gives companies a powerful way to market to mobile devices while saving customers data charges. It's good to have you with us on WKYT News. If you're counting calories, a restaurant might not be the place for you.
Calories can really pile up when you're eating out. That story is coming up.
And we are tracking one system out of the area and making way for the one that's going to bring this to our area. I'll have the latest on it coming up in just a couple of minutes.
Today, you're in good hands.
So Julie, we're gonna...
The Talk Kitchen's burning with fun.
Add some mushrooms.
We make the best brunch with Bobby Flay.
Do you know how good a cook Julie Chen is?
Plus, Carney Wilson. The Talk on CBS.
If you have arthritic knee pain that's stopping you from enjoying life, this new information about Osteo Relief could be for you. Specially trained local doctors are now using advanced medical science to finally make headway for people suffering from knee arthritis pain. It may even be for those who suffer from bone on bone and are considering knee replacement surgery. Are you one of the millions of Americans who have difficulty with simple everyday tasks, rising from a chair, walking, climbing stairs without using the handrail? If so, the Osteo Relief method utilizes cutting-edge video motion imaging. With this imaging, these doctors can precisely guide an FDA-approved cushioning gel to relieve pain and help heal your knees. This innovative procedure is covered by Medicare and most major insurance if you qualify. And you'll be walking out in as little as 15 minutes. For a limited time, these specially trained doctors are offering a risk-free screening. Call to schedule your knee relief screening today.
So wherever your adventures take you, you can bet Toyota has an all-wheel drive or four-wheel drive vehicle that can take you there. And right now is the best time to get one. Get 2.9% financing for 60 months on the Go Anywhere, Do Anything 4Runner. Or 1.9% financing for 60 months on the full-size American-made Tundra. With these vehicles from Toyota, never stop exploring. Toyota, let's go places.
Hurt in a car wreck and you feel like you're hitting a wall with the insurance company? I'm attorney Daryl Isaacs, the Hammer. Call Isaacs and Isaacs right now and we'll knock down the wall to help you get what you deserve for your car repairs, medical bills, and pain and suffering. Don't let the insurance company put up a wall between you and what you deserve. Call Isaacs and Isaacs and let's break down the wall.
Call the Hammer is the way to go, down to 553-0000.
I'm WKYT's Miranda Combs, and I stand for Kentucky.
We are tracking snow through the area right now, and it's been causing a bit of a mess throughout a big chunk of the area out there today. Numerous schools closed this morning because of that snowfall that we had in the area, and you can see still leaving its imprint across the area. Now, a lot of the main roads clear except one in this particular scene, and we're looking at the Mountain Parkway. And still looks a little bit rough out there, but the interstate, and then you've got some roads around Frankfort, looking much better than what they did earlier this morning. Crews have been certainly working very hard. So teens, low 20s, mid 20s showing up in all of these locations that we're looking in on right now. Here's our Defender Radar Network, and what you're going to find is you're going to find that the snow, the back edge of it, is finally starting to clear out of central Kentucky. It's still going to hold on for you folks in eastern Kentucky for a few more hours before it completely wraps up. So if you were looking to get in on that original 1 to 3 forecast that we had, it's going to come within the next little bit. So you're probably getting closer and closer to matching up some of those numbers. Down the Mountain Parkway into Sayersville and through parts of Morgan County, they're tracking that snow. You go along the Hal Rogers Parkway from Manchester to Hyden into Hazard and back toward London, still seeing some of those snow bands sweep through the area. So again, making travel a little bit rough from time to time. And then Somerset as well, wrapping up with the heavier stuff. Winter storm watch goes into effect late tomorrow night, and it runs through Saturday morning. Now, the snow will probably linger into the afternoon for far eastern sections of Kentucky, and exploration times are different across the entire area. Here's what we have with our hour-by-hour forecast. Snow out of town by, especially later on tonight, 8, 9, 10 o'clock should be completely gone from even eastern Kentucky, it looks like. Then we start focusing in on the initial batch of precipitation. Starts off probably as a little bit of a mix, maybe right along the Hal Rogers Parkway with this particular run, and then works its way toward the north, and then turns over to snow, and heavy snow at times. That's the big concern. So here is our first call. We just updated a little while ago to show you what we expect out of this system that arrives late Thursday night and hangs around. Just look at these numbers, 5 to 12 across parts of central Kentucky, eastern Kentucky 8 to 14, and then you see there's a sharp cutoff. That's exactly the way this system will be. It could go from 5 to 12 to 3 to 8 over a very short span, guys. So it's one of those type setups. So one end of the estate will get nothing, and the other could end up with more than a foot. That's one of those deals.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Right.
Yeah, we're in the middle of all of it.
Yeah, and where are we?
A lot to watch, and we'll keep right on top of it. Thank you. Restaurant meals are tipping the scales, and a strong risk factor for women and heart disease.
Marley Hall has details in this Better Living report.
An irregular heartbeat is a stronger risk factor for stroke, heart disease, and death in women than in men, according to international researchers. The study published in the British Medical Journal tracked over 4 million people and found women with irregular heartbeats need more aggressive treatment. A Mayo Clinic study finds no link between surgical anesthesia in patients over 40 and mild cognitive impairment later in life. Past studies have shown associations between anesthesia exposure to young children and later learning and memory problems. And a new study finds 92% of meals served in U.S. restaurants contain too many calories. Tufts University researchers tested food from 123 fast food and regular sit-down restaurants in California, Massachusetts, and Arkansas. They found American, Chinese, and Italian restaurants had the highest calorie counts, with average meals around 1,500 calories. Those are some of the day's top health stories. Marley Hall, CBS News, New York.
Well, is your child's car seat installed properly?
An important time to think about that, and after the break we'll show you how to make sure it is, next on WKYT.
Ciao! I'm Sam Dick, inviting WKYT TV viewers to join me on a tour to classic Italy, October 8th to the 16th. Our vacation includes 2 nights near Venice, 2 nights in Florence, and 3 nights in the Eternal City of Rome. We'll also visit Vatican City and travel through the charming Tuscan countryside. Our tour includes all airfare, great hotels, many delicious meals, and more. For your free brochure, call Holiday Vacations at 1-800-826-2266.
Need new flooring for your home? Get it now and take 12 months to pay for it. 12 months, no interest financing. Kevin's Carpets in Georgetown, next to the new Kroger, and Lexington behind Fayette Mall. Why, you'd have to be crazy to buy flooring anyplace else.
Game days are here, and Perry's American Furniture has everything you need to celebrate with the cats in style. TV, consoles, and entertainment centers, dining tables, a comfy couch to watch the game on. Come see us at Perry's American Furniture Gallery, 1176 Industry Road.
After you're injured at work, a lot of times the insurance company will attempt to call you, take statements. Don't speak to them until you speak with an experienced workers' compensation attorney.
The insurance company will attempt to settle your case for pennies on the dollar. Before you talk to the insurance company, call us first.
Our job is to make sure you get all the money you deserve.
Call Morgan, Collins, and Yeast. 1-800-55-WILDCAT.
We've got an online auto approval hornswoggle. Oh, I hate swogglers.
They said I was approved online.
Uh-oh, I smell a butt coming.
Yeah, a big butt. But I wasn't really approved.
Only DriveTime.com gives you a real online approval in 2 minutes. No butts.
Because butts stink.
Butts do stink.
Kind of a double meaning. What do you mean? Huh?
Save yourself. Get a real online approval first. Go to DriveTime.com.
Man, these wings look good.
Yeah, this spicy honey barbecue sauce is so good, it'll change your life.
Sir, it looks like we're leading in the polls.
You're running for president?
Don't answer that.
Life-changing? Maybe. Indescribably good? Definitely. The boneless wings meal with spicy honey barbecue sauce, served with crinkle fries and a small drink. Zaxby's. Indescribably good.
Hi, I'm Dr. John Mullins with Marshall Lifestyle Medicine. Today I'd like to tell you about Marshall Lifestyle Medicine, how we're a little different than what you're used to. We're not a medical spa, although we provide all the services that a medical spa provides. We're not your primary care office, even though we've got 60 years of primary care experience within our practice. We are a new way of looking at healthcare, focusing on wellness, longevity, and prevention, and making you the best version of yourself at any age. Come out for a consult and let us design a program just for you. And don't forget Tuesday mornings at 9 a.m. for coffee and conversation.
Welcome back into WKYT News. It is something that could save your child's life, and that is a properly installed car seat.
We're joined by firefighter Jessica Bowman with the Lexington Fire Department, along with Sherry Hannon, Safe Kids Program Coordinator, for some tips, because this is so important. Thanks for coming in today.
Thank you.
What should we know? You know, this time of year, certainly with what we have going on with the weather and all of that, you're really heightened to the need to be very careful as you travel and so forth. But this is something year-round that we need to think about.
Absolutely. Every child, every ride, they need to be properly restrained in the vehicle. And with young children, you know, depending on their age and size, there's, you know, a bunch of different types of car seats, different things that you would do as far as how the child rides in the car seat and how you install it in the vehicle. Changes throughout from birth to, you know, through booster and even up to using the seat belt.
And can be very, very confusing for people if they don't stay up on it. Jessica, do you get a lot of questions about this? How do you help people with this?
Right. Well, the fire department actually has a program where people can call and schedule an appointment with a firefighter who has taken the car seat tech class. And that's one thing we want people to know. It's important to schedule that appointment because not every firefighter is a car seat tech. And at that appointment, they will show you the proper way to correctly install your car seat. So it's not so much that we install it for you, but we teach you how to install it for yourself. So the next time you need to move that seat to another car, you have that power.
And you really sort of need that hands-on experience to be able to get it right, don't you?
Exactly, and that's what these car seat checkup events are so nice, because it's one-on-one. We teach you how to use your car seat in your car for your child, so that misuse hopefully is greatly reduced, and your child has an effective car seat, and they're going to be safe, and hopefully that will translate to fewer injuries.
Jessica, you said that people can call and do that, but you also have some regularly scheduled. You have something coming out. Tell us about that.
Well, with the fire department specifically, we do it by appointment, and we try to get you at a station near your house. And then with Safe Kids, they have regular days each month, and Sherry can tell you.
Well, we have what we call fitting stations, and they can come the second Wednesday of each month between 1 and 3 at Emmanuel Baptist Church on Tate's Creek. And the last Thursday of the month, they can come to Amani Family Life Center on Georgetown Road. And our winter hours are 3 to 5. And then in April, when the time changes and we have light for longer in the day, we go from 4 to 6. That way people have the different option. You don't have to take off work to come get your car seat checked. So we try to make that available as often as possible.
But in any case, get that knowledge, and even grandparents and others who might be transporting kids need to be skilled at that. All right, thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Well, it's a chance to celebrate Mardi Gras right here in Central Kentucky.
Find out about the St. Francis and John's Winter Gala coming next on WKYT.
Hello everyone, Amber Kanoy here from MomsEveryday.com. Shane Atkins with High Tech Artificial Limbs is with us today, and we're talking about limb loss. And statistically speaking, we know that diabetes is the main reason for limb loss. And somebody out there that is maybe pre-diabetic or diabetic, what can they do to be proactive and not become part of that statistic?
What I would advise is to make sure that possibly after a shower in a well-lit room, have a seat and make it a routine to check your feet in between your toes. Look for bruises, cracks, lumps, drainage, change in temperature in your skin, a shininess to the skin. Anything that may cause your shoes not to fit comfortably is a good sign that you need to contact your physician and make sure everything is okay.
All right, for more information, go online to momseveryday.com.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan, and I've been a trial lawyer now for almost 30 years. I've seen a lot. If someone was to ask me what I would look for in a law firm, it would be simple. Does the law firm have the financial strength to fight the insurance companies and the corporate giants? How long have they been in business? Does the firm have a history of huge verdicts? And lots of them. When you're injured in an accident, you only have one day in court. Do your homework. All firms are not the same. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
I wasn't too thrilled about dentures, but I need to be able to chew. So I called Aspen Dental. They got me right in because my visit was long overdue. And no one on staff even made me feel bad that I hadn't been in since the leg warmer fad. My new dentures came with a great guarantee, so this giant pretzel's got nothing on me.
With dentures starting at $3.99 and a money-back guarantee, dentistry's never been easier. Call 1-800-ASPEN Dental.
I'm a policeman with the Versailles Police Department, trying to help someone across the street. Car hit me, and then I had 3 surgeries. They said I had to be 100% in order to return to work, but I wasn't, so I had to retire. I couldn't ask for better help than I did get from Becker Law. A friend of mine called me a couple of months ago, and she needed an attorney, and I said, well, call Becker Law Offices.
Call the Becker Law Office. Just dial 3s.
Up to now, affording a beautiful smile has been, well, sketchy. Doctors Durbin, Walks, and Garner are offering no down payment and only $175 for 24 months on orthodontic treatment. Now that's something to smile about. Learn more at clearchoicesmile.com.
Mamma Mia, Broadway's smash hit musical featuring 22 of ABBA's greatest hits. Mamma Mia, you already know you're gonna love it.
February 4th through 7th at the Lexington Opera House.
I'm WKYT's Rebecca Smith, and I stand for Kentucky.
Welcome back in. Great to have you with us on WKYT on this wintry day. It is that, huh?
Yes, it is. I'm not going to argue.
Some warm thoughts here. Dinner, dancing, and a chance to take home some great auction items, including a trip to Cancun.
Oh, that sounds great. Next month is the 5th annual St. Francis and John Winter Gala. We're joined today by Father Lynn and parishioner Oz Allen to tell us more about the event. Thanks for coming in. It is a nice thing to be able to focus on a day like this.
Yes, warm weather.
Yeah, you have a lot going on. So tell us about the event and some of the items that will be up for bid.
Well, first of all, the Winter Gala, this is about 5th year doing this, and the proceed for this event is to help our small St. John Catholic School with great technology. We want to promote that. The second is try to sponsor Stephen Ministry, which is a very important ministry that we help people wounded, both mind and body, and our ministry tries to support them So this gala is an event that we want to put together to raise some money and for focus upon those ministries. Very important for us.
And so people can really know that they're doing a great thing by attending.
Yes.
Helping a great cause, but also at the same time, Oz, having a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's a great fundraiser because we are going to be doing the Mardi Gras theme. We've got some great trips. You mentioned the Cancun. We also have Costa Rica. We have a Tuscany. And so there's some good opportunities for some great trips. We're also having some, the Bourbon Trail has offered a lot of the bourbon. The distilleries here have offered up baskets to support us. We have a new local feed. There's a restaurant in Georgetown that put up a nice meal for us. So, you know, it's the community coming together to support the community. We've got a lot of good initiatives, and it is going to be fun. Mardi Gras is a great time. It's last hurrah before we go into 40 days of
celebrate.
Yeah.
Well, it sounds like it. It sounds like you have a lot of fun putting this all together. I mean, this planning, it takes a lot of teamwork, doesn't it?
Yeah, and we've got some great co-chairs. Elsa and Barb are just really good in reaching out, getting people to join us to be part of the celebration, to get the right people engaged, and to make things happen.
All right, we have the information up on the screen. Still tickets available, right?
Absolutely.
Okay. All right.
And donations still accepted.
Come out and enjoy them.
Very good.
Thank you very much for coming in.
Thank you for being there.
We appreciate it very much. This word just in, EKU's Richmond campus will close at 4 o'clock this afternoon. No evening classes on the EKU Richmond campus. Again, campus closing at 4 today.
The weather has been crucial in deciding what's open and what's not. What is the very latest, Jimmy?
And with the cold air filtering in for the rest of the evening, could be a rough go for the students. So probably a good call there, even though the snow, new accumulation from this system is now moving out of the area. It's hanging out in eastern Kentucky. But once this one leaves, we have to just start focusing on the next one. Here, again, is our first call for snowfall for the next system that gets here beginning Thursday night and then running through Saturday afternoon, generally, for far eastern Kentucky at least. Here in Lexington, we fall in this 5 to 12 inch category. Same thing into Richmond, Danville, Somerset, parts of Laurel County, and then we get a little more toward the east and we beef up those totals just a little bit, coming in between 8 and 14 inches. So we are talking about a pretty good snowstorm, guys, and it gets even worse along the coast because they could see closer to 30. And oh, by the way, we're going to have winds whipping around 30, 35 miles per hour. It's going to be rough out there, guys.
Well, it's
wow.
Attention getting, and
Yes.
everybody get ready for that.
Well, The Young and the Restless is next, followed by the Talk at 2.
Thanks for being with us on WKYT.